Hello everybody. Today we are going to work on lessons 9.3 and 9.4. And just like 9.1 and 9.2, we're splitting it up into parts. So you should have your notebook and a pencil and maybe a calculator. And as we go through this, take notes. So you can start with this page, label your notebook paper 9.3 quotient of powers property. Last time we talked about the product of powers and the power to a power. Today we're going to talk about the quotient of powers property. Feel free to pause the video anytime you need to catch up on your notes or want to try a couple of examples ahead of me. So this part, remember, you don't have to write down. I'm going to do it the long way. So I'm going to start with 7 to the power of 7 on top. So I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All of that divided by 7 to the power of 3. So 1, 2, 3. Now, if we do our math, 7 divided by 7 equals 1. So these basically cancel out. These cancel out. These cancel out, which leaves us with 7 to the power of 4. And just like last time, I want you to take a look at our exponents over here and our answer. And I want you to see if you can find a shortcut. So let's try it again with a variable. Let's try it with a. So I'm going to start with a to the power of 7. Whoops, we'll use our pen. That might help better. So we have a times 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All of that divided by a to the 4th. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And again, these equal 1, this equals 1, this equals 1, this equals 1. So we have a to the power of 3. And again, I'm going to ask, if you look at our two exponents, is there a shortcut? We are going to subtract. 7 minus 4 equals 3. So I would like this in your notes. All three, words, numbers, and algebra. So to divide powers with the same base, you subtract their exponents. The big thing you have to remember is you're just subtracting the exponents, not the bases. We'll do that with whole numbers, not with anything with a power. So, same base, 2 to the power of 6 minus 4. So we have 2 to the power of 2. Negative 7, we'll keep it in parentheses. 9 minus 3, negative 7 to the power of 6. H to the power of 7 minus 6, so h to the power of 1. Or remember, power of 1, you can just leave it as h. So try these on your own and come back and see how you do. 9 to the power of 3, 4 and 2/10 to the power of 1, negative 8 to the power of 4, and x to the power of 5. Now we're going to look at problems that have the number in front. So you are going to divide the whole numbers. So 28 divided by negative 4 gives us a negative 7. And then we subtract the exponents g to the power of 9. Again, the whole numbers in front. 30 divided by 5 gives me 6. A to the power of 3 minus 2 is 1. N, 6 minus 1 to the power of 5. So try these on your own. Remember to divide the whole numbers in front and then subtract the exponents of the rest of the variables. Pause the video, come back and see how you do. 3 to the power of z to the first, or just 3z. 5 to the power of m to the 7th, or 5 times the m to the 7th. 2 divided by 8. Now, this is going to be a little bit tricky, so you can either leave it as 1/4 or you can use 0.25. Doesn't matter to me. A to the power of 2, b to the power of 8. So now we're going to mix up a couple of things, and we're going to do everything on top first, everything on the bottom, and then we're going to divide. So remember, when we multiply, we add the exponent. So the top is going to be 3 to the power of 6 divided by 3 to the power of 3. So our answer is 3 to the power of 3. 4 plus 2 gave us that 6. 6 minus 3 gave us the 3. Now, we can do this one of two ways. I'll do one using my blue pen, and then I'll do another one using my red pen. But either way, it's the same. I can multiply across the top. So I get a to the power of 17 divided by, multiply across the bottom, a to the power of 10. 17 minus 10, I get a to the power of 7. Or, using my red pen, I can divide first. So this would be a to the power of 4th. Times, then do this division problem, a to the power of 3. Then we add them together, I get a to the power of 7th. Notice I got the same thing. So it doesn't matter which way you do it. So let's go ahead and try it. So I get 2 to the power of 15 over 2 to the power of 8. So I have an answer of 2 to the power of 7. Across the top, I get d to the power of 14 divided by d to the power of 9. So my answer is d to the power of 5. So again, label your notebook 9.4, 0 and negative exponents. There's actually two parts to this, but we're not splitting it up. So you don't have to write this down, but notice when we divide, we subtract our exponents. So 5 minus 3 gave us, or 5 minus 2 gave us 3. 4 minus 2, we get 3 to the power of 2. 3 times 3 is 9. 3 minus 2 gives us 1, so 3 to the power of 1 is just plain 3. 2 to the power of 2, or 2 minus 2 gives us 3 to the power of 0. If we keep going, this equals 1. So, what pattern do you see? Notice that the exponent is going down and our multiples are going down all the way to 1. So in your notes, our 0 exponent, any non-zero number to the 0 power is equal to 1. Anything 40 to the power of 0 equals 1. 2,000 to the power of 0 equals 1. Any number to the power of 0 equals 1. And down here we have 0 to the power of 0. That is what we call undefined. Sorry, it's some hidden behind there, but it is undefined. So, simple answers. A to the power of 0 is 1. All of this, I don't have to do it inside because all of that is to the power of 0, which is going to give us 1. Here we're adding our exponents, so negative 4 plus 4, that equals 0. So that means it equals 1. Anything to the power of 0 equals 1. So let's go ahead and try these the long way. I have 3 squared, so 3 times 3. I put it over 3 to the power of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, we know we subtract. 2 minus 5 is going to give us negative 3. These cancel out, these cancel out. So on top, I'm left with a 1, and the 3 to the third goes on the bottom. So 3 to the negative 3 equals 1 over 3 to the positive 3. Let's try the x's. So 3 minus 8 would give us a negative 5. So we have x to the power of negative 5. If we do it out the long way, I have 3 x's on top. And I have 8 on the bottom. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. These would cancel out, cancel out, cancel out. So I'd have a 1 on top and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on the bottom. So if you look, if I have a negative exponent, then it turns positive and goes on the bottom of a fraction. negative exponent, change it to positive, it goes on the bottom of the fraction. So in your notes, here's what you're going to write for negative exponents. For any integer n and any number a not equal to 0, so a to the power of negative n is equal to 1 divided by a to the power of positive n. I would highly recommend writing the words down, but really giving the examples, because then you're going to be able to see it. So let's try these. 3 to the power of negative 4. I'm going to put the 1 on top and 3 to the power of positive 4 on the bottom. Powers, subtracting, 6 minus 8 gives us a negative 2. So I have 2 to the power of negative 2, 1 over 2 to the power of 2. You should always give your answers with positive exponents. This is the middle step, but then we have to give it using positive exponents. Try these on your own, see how you do. 1 over 4 squared. 1 over x to the power of positive 7. We have 1 minus 3, that gives us negative 2, so x to the power of negative 2, we would change that to 1 over x squared. Multiply these together, so 5 plus a negative 3, that gives us 2, so we have 4 squared over 4 squared. 2 minus 2 gives us 0, so 4 to the power of 0, our answer is 1. Any number to the power of 0 equals 1. Again, try these on your own, see how you do. Little bit tricky. So we know that anything to the power of 0 equals 1. So we end up with negative 5 times 1. So our answer is negative 5. That exponent kind of disappears. I could put a 1 down here. So 9 divided by 1 would give us a 9 on top. Negative 3 minus 5 would give us a negative 8. So we would have y to the power of negative 8. But we got to flip it over. So the 9 is going to stay on top because we don't have anything to do with that. And we're going to move our exponent down to the bottom, y to the positive 8. And that is going to be our answer. The 9 does not move to the bottom. Let's try 2 more. Try them on your own and then come back. So we're going to move this to the bottom. 8's going to stay on top. X squared is going to go on the bottom. We have 1 over 15. Those are going to stay put because we have a 1 here. 6 minus 9 gives us a negative 3, so we'd have z to the power of negative 3. But that's going to move to the bottom. So 1 over 15, z to the positive 3. There's our answer. Only the exponent, the variable with the exponent, moves to the bottom. So your homework is 9.3, 1 through 17, 20, 21, 23 through 28, and 9.4 is 1 through 21. Again, it's at the end of the lesson in Schoology. Make sure you show your work if there's anything to show. You can either do it on your iPad or you can do it on paper. It will be due next class period. And as usual, if you have questions, please let me know.